I look horrible. I had a massive migraine. I'm doing better, but I've slept a lot today. Anyway, I'm doing a really weird hairdo. I'm doing a really quick, cute little recipe for Thanksgiving. It's just a little cheater. Make sure everybody has something to take home with them after the big meal and visiting and all that stuff. And I thought I'd share it with you because I actually found it online. It was terribly cute. So what I've done is I have busted up a bunch of graham crackers. Also, I'd like to say thank you to Kelly because I used the candle that you sent me to mash these puppies, so it's dual purpose. I appreciate you. I got, I said the other day in a live that about once a year I get a box. I've got 2 boxes in the last 2 weeks. So Sally and Kelly, thank y'all very much. That was too sweet. Not Kelly, you didn't even have to do that. It was super sweet. Luna is in love with her new little bed cover and her toys. So very sweet. It made my day when I got home, and I'd had a really bad migraine and a really bad day, and then I got home and saw that, and it was just, all my faith was restored in humanity. So here's what we're going to do. If you want to cheat and have something that your guests can take home, we're going to do, I can't spell it, I got my big mix, 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs. We're going to do 1/4 cup, and you can add to it if you need to, of melted butter. I've already got my melted and poured in the measuring cup. I normally end up adding to that, just so y'all know. Coconut flakes. I like to get the sweetened ones. And yeah, you can only eat a couple of these. That's why I make them and stuff for people to take home. So we're going to add, we've got ground graham crackers, butter, and now we've got our coconut going in. Make a mess, Elizabeth. Put it on the countertop. You do want to reserve a 1/2 cup of your graham crackers for the end. Now we're going to go in with mini morsels. About a bag, 3/4 bag. If you don't like to have to chew through them, limit. I'm going to do about a 1/2 bag. I don't always like to have to chew through them. If they look sparse when I'm doing the rest of it, I'll add more. And then we're going to add a couple of teaspoons or however much vanilla that you want. Measure it with your heart. I like a little bit extra. That's why I don't add too much butter at the beginning. Give me a spoon. Oh, there we go. Now we're going to mix it all up. And when I'm doing this, if you get a bag of coconut that's bigger than you thought, you can always add more graham crackers. You can always go back and add other stuff. You can make the ratio whatever. You can double, triple this if you have a huge family. I don't have a ginormous. We have 2 dinners, but I don't have a ginormous family, and my legs and my body lately has not lended itself to really want to do a whole lot of stand-up baking. I'm putting more butter in mine. And I'm going to put a bit more graham crackers in mine. You just kind of make it to whatever you want to make it. I'll show you what it looks like here in just a minute. And get it all stirred up. Now you can also use, like if you don't want to use the mini morsels, you can use the mini M&Ms, and then it just looks funny because the name of this candy is Moose Farts. And when you roll them up, you kind of understand why. Now get all this mixed up because then you're gonna put something in that you have to get very well mixed into the rest of it. So I like to mix all this up first, make sure the butter and all this is touching each other. Okay, see, it's still a little dry. Well, it's kind of hard to see. It's still a little dry in there and flaky, but it's all kind of put together. This is where the big deal comes in. Oh my goodness. If I can find out where I put it, I have to be nice for a minute because God knows where I put it. I remember. you want the can of sweetened condensed milk. And this is what makes it really, really, really awesome. And really, really, really sweet. Oh, my nose. The wind here is howling. And I've been sleeping the last 2 days where I was so sick. I don't know if it was me going down to the farm or if it was the weather coming through. I did really good, and then my body went kaput, and I didn't do really good. So it was just really strange. So I've gotten home and I've rested. So you put your whole can of sweetened condensed milk in there. Yeah, it's overkill. That's why I said you can only eat a couple of these. That's why I send them in boxes for people to take them home. Use a spatula so you can get all of it out. Spatula. And that's why you mix all the other stuff first, because you absolutely want sweetened condensed milk to touch everything else. And if you don't mix everything up first, then sometimes the sweetened condensed milk will not get a hold of everything. And you want it touching everything. It's not super hard to mix, but it does get a little thick. Trying to turn it over in my bowl. Goodness gracious. Okay, so now it turns into this sticky mixture. Kind of like a cookie dough. You're going to chill this for half an hour to an hour. Then you're going to take your little stainless steel thingy right here. You're going to scoop them out and roll them. And then you're going to dip them in the leftover graham crackers. And then what I'm personally going to do is put them in plastic wrap and inside these little boxes, candy boxes. I got them on Amazon. I think they were like $3. So that everybody after Thanksgiving has a little sweet to take home with them, because we always end up having plenty to eat there. Sometimes it's just nice for somebody to have something to take home with them. Get all this off my spoon. So it's really easy. It's just a little recipe that a lady did online that I saw called Moose Farts. It's very cute. Very easy to make. I would recommend putting on gloves when you're rolling it, otherwise you're going to stick to everything. But very easy to make. So I'm going to go sit it in my back fridge for about an hour to chill, and then after dinner I'll roll them up, dip them in the graham crackers, and box them up. And then people can even take them home and freeze them if they want to, and they'll last forever. Was somebody being hateful? So there is a little Thanksgiving recipe if you need one. It's kind of like a little cheater recipe. And the way, I was thinking about doing other stuff, but the way my body has been this week with this weather coming through and my disorder, I've been like, no. No, we're going to go simple. So, this is what I chose to bring. And like I said, it gives everybody something to take home with them. And most people do enjoy that. I'm going to put my leftover chips in here because I'll use them for something else later in the year. Yeah, that's it. And you freeze it, and it goes on. You roll it up, dip them in the graham crackers. Just roll them in the graham crackers, and then put them in whatever container. They actually kind of look cute on a deviled egg tray too, but I'm going to box them so people can take them home. Very cute, very easy. Oh, Lord, we got foreign languages in here. What happened? I hate it when YouTube shoots me out into the algorithm. It's really irritating sometimes. It's like, what? Why did you have to do that? Why did you have to do that? Yeah, we've been kind of under assault from that guy Sean's channel, but y'all had to stop. it's normal when they get caught and confirmed of behavior and they lose that battle. It's normal for them to try to create 5 more because they think they have to win one, and it'll stop eventually. If he's not going to reflect on his behavior, ain't nothing you can do. I'm over it. I think somebody's still trying to post to get me to ag into it, but I'm busy. I've got other crap to do and more important stuff to do, and I think that can of worms is probably empty. It wasn't really that full to begin with, to be quite honest. So I know, that's what I was thinking. I was like, where's all this foreign crap coming from? Yeah, the barometric pressure moving through these weather systems absolutely breaks my body down with this disorder I have. And it hurts my ears. Where I've had mastoiditis twice, it hurts my ears a lot too. So anytime a massive weather system comes through, it hurts me, and it's not pleasant. So the last few days have not been great. And plus I was up and down the mountain, and that didn't help either. But I was going to go help Mom clean her house, and she had her house clean already. She's doing way better than I am. But continue to keep my mama in your prayers. She is handling some more health stuff, and we're just kind of waiting. Not anything we think super dramatic. Just, at her age, it's irritating to have to deal with these things that just kind of compound on you. So I would recommend getting one of these that have the little thing that pushes it out, because if not, it's hard to size them all correctly, and it's really hard to separate it once it chills. So if you have one of those little stainless steel dippers, it comes in worth its weight in gold. Make sure you find one. It's great. So, but super sweet, cute little recipe, and people tend to really get a kick out of it. So that's it. I've been in bed today. Most of the day has been in the bed, and it's just migraine I just had to rest. So I'm hoping I feel good tomorrow. I'm still not 100%, but I'm way better than I was. But it was a really bad migraine, and it was a really big weather system that pushed through. So it was just a bad couple of days. Yeah, the mastoid. Oh man, mine like to hold water and then want to get infected, which can lead to really bad things. It can it can kill you. And so if I even think my mastoids are holding water, I have to go get an MRI and immediately get on antibiotic injections, because my body will not fight it on its own. But luckily my ears are purging. They're pushing water out this year. They have been for about 1.5 years now. They're doing a lot better, but they still take longer to do it than most people's. And so I always have like a few woozy days around major weather systems and all that, and I don't enjoy it. But it is what it is. You can tell I had migraine. Look at the big circles under my eyes. It was a bad one. Like I was sick for about 14 hours. It was bad. Hi, Sal. Yeah, you can put some butter on your hands, and it'll help. But it's just so sticky with that sweet condensed milk in there. It's just so sticky. I break down and get some gloves. Happy Thanksgiving, Jackie. So after Thanksgiving this weekend, next weekend we've got the Grinchmas. I don't know if I'm it depends on my health if I go or not. So David will absolutely be there, but we'll see how I feel. Grinchmas at it's about an hour and 15, hour and a half away. 2 days. It's a 2-day thing. So, and he also has a bunch of videos he's trying to edit right now for another Trapper Dave vlog. So that'll be coming up when he gets that done. He got off work at 2, I think, or 2 or 2:30, and he immediately went deer hunting. So he's deer hunting right now. He'll be deer hunting the next 24 hours, hot and heavy, because that's what they do all around Thanksgiving dinners is deer hunt. And then Friday I'll be back down on the farm with the other side of the family. David will have to be back at work. And then next week I'm going to try to finish all the possums I can crochet and get ready for Grinchmas. I hope I can go. I really enjoy Grinchmas, and we have a little heater to take with us this year. Thank God. Last year was really cold. And I hope I can go. I hope I feel better. So I'm not going to be doing a whole lot next week, but just crocheting and healing and feeling better. Oh, that is home interior flowers that my grandma had in her kitchen forever. And when she passed, I snagged them. I wanted her dishcloths because I like to think about her. So I took her dishcloths, and whenever I used them, I think about her. And I took the kitchen flowers she had, and it was in her window above her sink. I don't have a window, but I still put them there. It makes me think of my grandma. And we found her crochet hook and her crochet tiny thread in her sewing box this year, and Mom actually gave it to me. And so I'm fixing to sit down and try to make crochet snowflakes with the leftover thread that she had that she crocheted with, the leftover spool, and her tiny hook. I'm going to try to make everybody a couple 3 snowflakes for the Christmas tree made out of it'll be their great-grandma's, the kids' great-great-grandma's, my grandmother, made out of her leftover crochet stuff that we found this year. I thought that would be a significant little memory to have, and to have something to put on their tree that actually is like carried on from her. And man, it's like the tiniest it's microscopic, so I'll have to feel my way through it. But luckily, there's only like 3 or 4 rounds to each snowflake, and it shouldn't be that hard. I'm getting the snowflake pattern off of a channel called Just Vintage Crochet, and that lady is awesome, and it's a really beautiful pattern. I'm not going to put the beads on it like she does. I'm just going to do it with the twine, and then I'm going to start spray them and give them out. I've used her dishcloths so long that they're ragged now. She's been gone for, oh gosh, a number of years. Probably 15, 16 years, if not more. Oh gosh. Well, I'm getting old. But it was just a way to make me remember her. So I actually washed those. Those are really nice home interior silk flowers. I actually get them down and wash them every year with the silk flower spray and take good care of them because and she left me some of her roosters from her kitchen. She had always said that she wanted me to have them. So I have roosters from her kitchen on top of my window shelf over here. I put them up because the kids were still pretty tiny when she passed, so I put them up where the kids couldn't reach them, and that's just where they've always stayed. Oh no, she's been gone. No, that was you're thinking of Granny. Mom's mom passed away about 4 years ago. My dad's mom is the one that crocheted, and she passed away probably when Lane was 8, 9, around through there. Been a long time. So I've got her candelabra stands too in my living room, and it just enough to think about her when I walk through the house. That's what I like. So, and I've got some Granny stuff too, and I've got Papa's railroad picture because Papa was the engineer on the railroad. So I've got my granny's husband. He died when I was 10 months old. I've got his railroad picture. And I keep that up to remember him. And I only remember the stories and the pictures and stuff, but I know enough about him that it's nice to think of him. I have a lot of pictures of him. He got a big old bobcat that was like stalking his land where he lived. And it was like one of the biggest bobcats the county had ever seen. And Mom had a picture of him with it. I've got a picture of that. I've got him and Granny's wedding picture. And then I've got Granny with all the little kids when they were tiny holding Mom in front of the fence at their house. And I like all those old-timey photos. And I've got my great-grandma and grandpa, his parents, on a shelf in my wall. So I've got like a family wall. I like it. It makes me think of everybody. I like to remember my family. I don't like to forget people. So that's why I try to hang on to something from everybody to remember them by. So I've got Grandma's cathedral window quilt too. That's pretty special. I didn't anticipate getting that, but I've got that one. And I've got some of my great grandma's quilts too. So, but y'all have seen how many quilts I have, so that shouldn't surprise anyone. Okay. Well, I'm going to get this in the freezer. Then we're going to chuck them out and roll them in graham cracker later and get them boxed up for everybody. It's great. People can take them home, freeze them, eat them, whenever they want to. Luna's thirsty right now. She forgets she can't breathe and drink at the same time. She gets so aggressive when she eats and drinks. She's just like, whoa. Finally caught me. I'm about done. I was just showing this quick recipe. But like I said, you can replace the chips with mini M&Ms, depending on your preference. I just always do. You can do the big ones too, but I don't like to bite on those, so I use the mini just to be nice to everybody. Really easy little recipe. Okay, I'm fixing to go and crochet snowflakes. I started to say snowflowers. Snowflakes. And then I've got to make the Christmas saddle for Granny and Papa's grave, and the side flowers for Granny and Papa, my uncle, and then my other grandma and grandma. So, and then one of Grandma's friends and their little baby. We always put flowers on that grave too. So I've got several things I've got to do this weekend and get put out in the cemeteries for the holiday and stuff. Then next week, I'm resting and crocheting, and I hope I get to go to Grinchmas. If I do, I'll take video for you. And I don't think the weather's going to be that great. They're saying snow here next week. Maybe to put people in the Christmas spirit. I don't know. Maybe they'll want to buy a bunch of fur because they're cold. Who knows? I don't know. But I do like to go to that because they do deck out the fairgrounds, and they have Santa Claus there. Y'all have seen my videos when I have gone in past years. They have a Santa Claus there that sees all the kids. I mean, it's decked out with lights and characters playing roles, and there's normally about 18,000 people that go through that weekend to shop, and it's just full of craft vendors and some just really talented people that, it's a pretty expensive one to go to, but David's always done really well at it, and we've been there enough times now that he's got people that come back and actually meet him there. They drive in from where they live, and they meet him there, and that's where they do their annual purchases from David. And so it's worthwhile for David to go just to be able to meet those people in the middle, because we live so far out in the middle of nowhere. It helps when we go places that's closer to an interstate. Can I crochet, Daisy? I'm sure I can. Well, happy Thanksgiving to you too. So I always look forward to that weekend, but it can be very hard on me if my health is not doing great. So I hope I don't have another headache. That migraine just came out, and it just came out of nowhere. The weather, it just was horrible. Oh my gosh. And man, it was bad. So I'm glad I'm through that. But I'm still just a little woozy from the ear drainage from the weather changing and the pressure going through. But I'm going to sit and crochet for a while and craft and let it kind of work through. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. I've got stuff thawing for dinner. I'm going to set this up, let it freeze, and then after I do dinner, I'm going to finish these. So that's easy. So something y'all can try to do if you want to cheat and like do candy gifts for people. This really isn't that expensive, and you can batch it up and make big batches pretty easily. I just always bust my own graham cracker crumbs up because they cost so much if you buy them already. I don't know why, but they cost so much if you get them already pulverized. I don't understand that. But anyway, I just always bust my own up. Normally, except for like 3 things, everybody has the rest in their cupboard. So, you can even put like little Christmas candy sprinkles in there to put color in them. But because they're called moose farts, I just like for them to look like little turd balls. That was rude, wasn't it? That was rude. Yes, Kelly, I said thank you at the beginning. That was so sweet. I actually came home from a really bad day, a really bad migraine. It was really just broken down and worn out, and came home to that. And oh my gosh, Luna loves everything. David, I think, actually has his socks on. They were very nice. And I just, that candle smells divine. Even after migraine, that candle smelled good. I like it. And that I used to have a Jasper necklace like that. I used to wear it to court, and I don't remember if I lost it or if I broke it. It was very similar to that, and I had it for like 7 years, and it was like a staple in my court roundup work wardrobe. and I don't know if I broke it or lost it. I can't remember. I've slept since then, but I know I mourned the passing of it, and it looks so much like it, and I love it. I'm actually going to wear it tomorrow to Thanksgiving. I'm going to put it with my outfit and wear it to Thanksgiving. So thank you. You didn't have to do that. That was not necessary. That was super sweet. It definitely perked my day up. And Sally sent me a box last week that had some natural stone jewelry in it. She sent some stuff that I forwarded on to Sabrina. Also, if you've sent stuff for Sabrina, I've got it in the mail already now, so it's gone. And I love boxes, and a box that said "Stay Fearless" and a little wisdom book that had little quotes and sayings in it. And I've just been spoiled. Luna's been super spoiled. She's gotten treats and toys, and she loves that pillowcase. I actually wrapped it around her other little bed. She loves it. It's so soft. She loves it. Like when we went to bed last night, she was like, "No, I want that on this bed," and so we had to change it and put it on her other bed. She loves it. In love with it. It's really nice. So it really perked me up. I was like, "Oh, bless her heart. You didn't have to do that." But it's super sweet. It definitely put me in a much better spirits after the last couple of days I had. Because I enjoy going down to the farm, and to be sick when I'm down there was just it. It kind of eats up my time when I go down there and I don't feel well. I don't enjoy that, but I got to visit and babysit Oliver and let mom and dad go and get their doctor appointments and Thanksgiving shopping out of the way and get ready for the family that's coming in. So it was a nice visit. It was just quick because family's coming in, so we had to shuffle for beds. so I'll be up here until everybody evacuates again. And I think my aunt's going to stay for several days. So she cooks really well. My aunt, oh my gosh. So she'll stay and cook for a few days, I'm sure. But my niece and nephew are coming in from out toward Memphis, and they're bringing the new great-great-grandbaby to visit. So I'm going to try to spend some time with them this weekend. And other than that, I'm just crocheting and trying to be quiet because my health has not been, last few months, my health has not been great. Y'all know that. So, and just transition into winter always gets me. It hurts. And then once we get into winter, I do better. But the transition really hurts. I think it's probably worse than spring, to be quite honest. So, but I'll make it through it. I'll be okay. But yeah, that was a bad migraine. It was a bad weather system that pushed through too, though. Okay, so there is... Oh, you're fine, Kelly. There is a quick little recipe y'all can swap. I actually found it on the internet. I thought it was cute because of the name Moose Farts. But it's super easy to make, and it's easy to box up and give to neighbors and family, and they can freeze it and eat it whenever. And it's pretty simple and not super expensive. And my granny used to make stuff like this and freeze it for everybody, and nobody has really picked up that role. So I guess that's what I'm going to step into, because Granny had so many recipes that she would make tons of candy and just bag it up and hand it out through the whole winter. And so I guess that's the role I'm going to step into for Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's what I'm going to do. And I did finally wrap my first Christmas present to my little bonus grandson. His name's Stetson. And so I've got his Christmas present wrapped and his mommy and daddy's Christmas present wrapped. So that's the first Christmas present wrapped. I've got Christmas present over there for my twin grandbabies. And I've got Kim's over there. I've got one of my daughters over there. And we don't really buy a lot. We do little stuff where we hand make. But with the kids being little and they love books, I bought them those really thick, non-terrible. It's a Bible story series. And then the only thing I'm going to purchase them this year is the little Dream Machine storyteller thing. It's like a little projector, and you can put in the little disc for the story. And it's like toddler proof. It's so nice. You put a little disc for the story, and it projects and reads the story to them. And I thought that was so neat. And they just devour books. They love to be read to. And I thought, well, that's what they need. That's what I'm going to get them. So I am researching and trying to find the best place to get it shipped from so that it gets there in time. And then everything else is going to be handmade, because we mostly do handmade stuff. But when you got grandbabies and you see stuff and you break down, you buy it because they're grandbabies. What they want, they get. So We were going to go visit him this month, with Mom's health taking a twist. I don't know if we're going to be able to, but we'll get back down there as soon as we can. That's a hard trip on us too, man. We all have to be feeling good when we go, because it's like 9 hours there and at least 7 hours back. And that's only because we can come through Atlanta the butt crack of dawn coming back and miss everybody. But going down, there's really no way to avoid a major traffic jam. So going down there is just such a long ride. And even if you fly, you can only get to Atlanta, and then you still have 3 hours to go, so it's not even worth it to fly. Because, I mean, it's a 9-hour trip, but we spend 6 hours just getting to the airport, and then from the airport to Atlanta is still 6 hours because the airport's so far away. So it's just better just to drive it. So, but we're thinking about that if everybody feels like it. We may not now, since Mom's health has had a little bit of a punch. So we'll just take it as we can go. But I am going to push to try to put up a tree, because I didn't last year. I didn't do anything for Christmas last year. If you remember, we went to Grinchmas and then it turned butthole below cold here and everything froze, and we were frozen for basically 3 months. So last winter I was just stuck to the wood stove. This year I'm going to try to put my Christmas tree up and have a few smiles, because last year I did not get to. So, and I felt bad, especially because it was Oscar's last Christmas. We didn't know it. He passed away the day after. He had a mini stroke, and we were trying to get him in to see the vet, and he was going to go the next morning. And then he had a massive stroke that night, and he wasn't going to come back from that one, and we had to have him put down. And he did get up on Christmas Day and open his presents, but he did not feel well. And I feel bad because we didn't put the tree up that year, and he loved to look at the tree and sit under the tree. And I feel really bad now that I didn't put it up, because he enjoyed that, and he didn't have that his last year. I feel really bad about that now. So, but I'm going to make sure I put it up this year. Now, will Luna end up climbing it? Probably. We'll see. So we'll see how Luna treats the Christmas tree. Kind of worried about that one, to be quite honest. Okay, I'm going to go freeze this so I can roll it later and get it put away, boxed up. So everybody try to enjoy your weekend. I might throw some photos out, but I probably won't do much for the next week until Grinchmas. If I get to go, then I'll share some stuff with you. Just going to be crocheting and healing and resting. So everybody enjoy your weekend. Have a wonderful holiday with your family. And if you don't have family to spend time with, try to volunteer somewhere. Serve a meal or two. Find an activity that's going on, a Christmas tree lighting or something, and go to it. Make sure that you're around a group of people somehow so that you feel part of things that are going on. It's really good for you. So just try to find a way to enjoy the weekend. Oh, I never put icicles on my tree. I can't stand those things. I can't stand those things. They always stick to me. I hate those things. I've hated them since I was a kid. Lord. We do very bare. And I have one tree that when I was on that rolly cart, David made it. It's just a beaver chewed log up to here, and then it's a topper. And we may very well put it up so that Luna can't reach everything. I don't know yet. I haven't made my mind up. We'll just see how she behaves. That if I have to switch them out, I'll switch them out. But I also have a little fence to put around it if she can't behave. I just hope she doesn't try to climb it. She legit climbed my quilt rack when we first got her. Crazy. Crazy dog. Crazy dog. Okay, I'm going to hop off here. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thanks for popping in and saying howdy. Thanks for the people that have sent smiles my way. It's really true. It's not necessary, but it's truly appreciated. I have had so many bonuses the last 2 weeks. It's been really strange, and I do appreciate it. It's been very nice. Luna is in hog heaven. She's spoiled rotten, so she appreciates y'all too. David thought it was super sweet, and he knew how sick I'd been when I was coming home. He just left it there to surprise me. He didn't even tell me, and so I thought that was kind of sweet of him to not spoil it. He knew I think he knew I needed something to pick me up. So I got to walk into a huge surprise. So I had a surprise from Sally before I left, and I had a surprise from Kelly when I got back, and it was just super nice. So everybody have a great weekend. Tell somebody you love them. Be around people that love you. And I'll be thinking of everybody. I'll be trying to share pictures if I can of the get-togethers and stuff. It's the only time I actually really dress up. I don't dress up a lot anymore. Just casual dress up. Um, so I'm hoping that my ears are better tomorrow, so I'm not as woozy. But I am trying to put my Jasper necklace with my outfit tomorrow because that was gorgeous. It's beautiful, and it looks so similar to the one I used to have, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is like, this must have been in the works, because I've missed that necklace ever since I lost it. It was one of my favorite necklaces. So it was a really nice surprise. It just was perfect. Very nice, and that candle's very nice too. So, and then I'm gonna have a fire the rest of the weekend because it's going to get cold and start snowing here next week. So winter is jumping in a little bit early. We're taking a buddy heater to Grinchmas though. If David's taking one, but if I'm there, I'll be sitting in front of it too. So don't worry about us. We will be warm. Oh, thank you. I try to look less drab. Like today I'm in tank tops and big old oversized jeans just trying to get crap done. And my hair, I had mousse in it and I twisted it up to a little knot in the back and it looks absolutely beat down where I took a nap. But that's okay. I am going to put more drops in my ears tonight and hopefully tomorrow will be a better day and I can enjoy it. And I hope everybody else has an enjoyable day. Okay. I'm going to go freeze my moose farts so I can dip them in graham crackers in an hour. Y'all have fun this weekend. Make you some moose farts. Freeze them. And then you can... The good thing about freezing them is if you didn't want to eat them, you can lay out just like a few. And then the rest are frozen so you won't be tempted to eat more than what you laid out. It's a nice little tip right there. Okay, I'm going. Y'all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Smile. Be happy. I'm going. Sit with Luna and crochet. Bye, guys.